Good morning, everybody. Wait. Okay. Hello. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Testing. Okay. I think this should be good. How's everyone doing? We're back in New York City. Woo! Back home. Where's everyone else watching from? How was my trip? It was great. I enjoyed it. I hung out with, T-Trades and Dodgy and 2 Degrees and pretty much like every day. So that was kind of fun. What's up? Dickie Mo back in the city, like the song goes. Los Angeles, Germany, Czech Republic, Thailand, New York, Florida, Charlotte, Montreal, Canada, New York City. Woo, my neighbors are here. Miami, Paris. You guys want to know something? I was in Miami for literally just for lunch. And we were talking about Lambo Raoul at lunch, and bam. The 10 minutes I was on the street in the design district in Miami, we ran into Lambo Raoul on the street. Like, what are the odds of that? That's kind of funny. Okay, let's see where else. Montreal, Armenia, Netherlands, Greece, South Africa, Dubai, Israel, Kenya, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, the Bay, Turkey, Egypt, Kenya, England, France, Amsterdam, but not really. Rhode Island, Kurdistan, India, Kosovo, Iran, Tampa again, Nigeria, Las Vegas, Ukraine, Jupiter, Hong Kong, Panama City, London, Mars. Okay, cool. When we get 2 planets, that tends to be the cutoff. Multiple countries, multiple continents, and multiple planets up in this chat. Would I move to Florida? Maybe. I don't know. It's definitely in the thoughts. Okay. Well, this is what the weekly looks like on NQ. It's very ugly. Could never close above the Sibby. Daily's ugly as well. We just have 1 or 2 big body days. They came from news. 4-hour ugly and arranged. If I can't frame anything on the 4-hour or the hourly, that's how I know it's really tough. The only thing I could probably see here is there's an SMT on the 4-hour here, but here to here, where in the weekly, we took out last week's high on NQ, we did not on ES. Other than that, not much to write home about. If you look at the hourly, I didn't trade yesterday. I was getting ready to come back. Also, I don't really trade on Mondays. This is the hourly. Basically you just have to frame things probably intraday bias using new day opening gaps, new week opening gaps, opening range gaps and such probably. Today we have news though, at least. We have high impact news, right? At 10 a.m. Yeah. Jolts. I actually do enjoy that one. 10 a.m. news. So chat is mostly bullish, I think, here. Interesting. Not what I wanted to do. I want to refresh, but okay. I guess I'll do Shift Alt R. Okay. No, I'll have to ask you about that later. Okay. Alt R. I don't know how to put the Alt button, I guess. Oh. I don't know. I know on the Mac. Apparently, if you do like Alt R, you don't have to keep pressing this button here, the reset chart view. That definitely saves time. Okay. Cool. Got that done. News. We have open in about 3 minutes or so. I'm pretty neutral. I mean, I'm gonna put a review of my like October so far. It's just like fine, but I've definitely done much better in the past. Like it's green, but like, barely green. Like green because of the way I've done my risk management essentially. And still much to improve upon. So funny, my big greenest days are literally just like days I took one trade. My biggest red days are the trade days where I took too many trades, But thankfully I only have 2 days this month where I took too many trades. I never spiraled, so that's good. But, this month on ES, decent, I guess, but NQ ugly. This is so ugly. I miss these days where it's more follow through, but what can you do? You gotta play with the cards you're dealt, or choose not to play with the cards you're dealt, right? So, to see what's going on with these opening range gaps for sure when we're opening up. I'm pretty neutral. I mean, this is pretty ugly. The new week opening gap here, I'm pretty sure, right? And then yesterday we kind of reached down into it. Yeah, now we're kind of gyrating within it. The previous one here, not too sure what's going to happen. Today, the daily candle just looks like this. We swept yesterday's low, I guess. I don't know. Not really. What's this daily look like? I think put it back on clean mode. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. If I come in, I don't really have such a strong bias. I definitely want to wait until news at 10 a.m. You have open in 1 minute. This happened during midnight where it swept that low. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. So ugly. Yesterday looked a bit better. Let me see on the 15. Kind of compare yesterday and today. The open is about to be in 30 seconds. Well, there was no SMT there, so yesterday. Kind of tricky for sure. Okay, well, here's the open. Let's see what these gaps look like. How much of a gap? Looks like we filled like half of it at the open. See here. Filled the whole gap up. I mean, it wasn't really much of a gap up, honestly, so. See, on ES wasn't much of one. Not really. For ES, it was a gap down, right? Yeah. Yes, it was a gap down. We didn't even tap into it. For NQ, it was a gap up. So I'm just going to chill. Go back to my time settings. Let's see here. My cup is green. Okay. Well, see what's going on with NQ. What's going on here, actually? Oh, I've been on the wrong screen this whole time. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Well, I had NQ and ES there. But whatever. Anyway, so yeah, and we had a gap up for NQ and a gap down for ES. I mean, it's not really much of one though, so I'm not really putting too much weight into them. That's what I was looking at earlier. It's the week before elections, right? Yeah, next week is elections. Yeah. Halloween is this Thursday, you guys. What should I be for Halloween? Put your suggestions in the chat while we wait for news to happen. I asked on Twitter, got some funny comments. Got some good suggestions. So Nvidia's down 1%. Apple's about flat. Tesla's flat. Amazon's flat. Google's flat. Microsoft is flat. So not really anything big. You're below Asia lows now, I believe, right? Yeah. So there's about 26 minutes left in this hourly candle. I will be interested to see if we do end up closing below, and maybe we'll invert this little on the thing on the hourly. We close below that low and invert this on the hourly. It's going to be quite interesting. Perhaps more downside, low resistance liquidity run to the downside. I'll see. Press the command button. Control button? Yeah, control. Right, so I'll see what's good. NQ's down 0.3%. It's not a lot. It's 4 hour also has 25 minutes left, and then we'll have news, so we'll know better. If it doesn't close below, comes back in the range, I really think it's just going to be a crappy day. So, find out. The NWOG's on ES as well. Yeah, we're in the NWOG. We're in the NWOG. I want it to break below, close below. Anyway, I know what that looks like now, so I don't really need that there. Most of the chat is bullish, which is quite interesting. I don't really have any bias. I'm neutral today. This daily is crappy, but we could see low resistance liquidity run lower potentially. I don't know. So it's a high impact news day, but also even elections. I don't really have that much of a bias lately, so I'd rather just my game plan would probably be like take base hits, like don't go for huge home runs. Like typically, I like to go for those 100-point moves. But those are for the days where I have bias and conviction. At the moment I don't, so we'll see if something develops. I'm just gonna wait for more price action essentially. The first 5 minutes of the day, definitely a large, strong close lower. Seeing the 15-minute candle do better. I would like it to be a strong 15-minute candle to the downside, honestly. So we have our first presented fair value gap of the day. It's up here, actually. I don't know if it'll come all the way back up here. Good. We can measure that out. See, where is that in the OTE? Got a new phone. I didn't like sync things on WhatsApp or whatever. Let me honestly get my old one so I can see if my assistants. All right. I got the new phone in the mail while I was away. So I have new phone, old phone. To return this one. Drove people a little crazy. I didn't have a case on this phone, but what happened was when I was on the way back from London to New York, I had suction cups on the phone. If you guys have seen those, like Octo Buddy things, I can stick it to the wall. I've mostly played around with it as a fidget thing. And anyway, I dropped out in the bathroom in the airplane bathroom floor when I was in the plane going from London to New York. And then I was like, ew, gross. I'm just going to throw that out right away. And I knew I was getting a new phone. So I was like, I don't need a case. I'm just going to not buy a new case for 2 weeks or whatever. I'm going to see how, and I drop my phone a lot. So it's actually, you don't really need a case, honestly. I dropped this phone like so many times on the out of the car, onto the cement, off a kitchen counter. I think that they make them strong enough now. They don't shatter nearly as much. I don't know. But what do I know? That's just my own experience. So, but now I have a case. So mostly so people are going to be less annoying to me about it. So I don't need to make a statement about cases. It's not worth a conversation. Pick and choose your battles. I already bought it too. It's cute as pink, whatever. So, I don't know. I marked this out like premium and discount this leg. We did close below. I'll highlight the first presented fair value gap of the day. Maybe it does reach back into here and show some immediate rejection. That would be good for more downside. I wouldn't really just enter there personally because I'd rather just wait for news. But that would be like showing me the first distribution, of the market maker sell model, perhaps. See 3 more minutes until this candle closes. Let's also put the fib. Oh, that's not the fib. So looking for a few things there, right? Looking for on the hourly. Yeah, perhaps we can come up and reject there before the news, so then the hourly does close below. Well, that would be a perfect world. Yeah, so then the hourly does close below this. We'll see. So far, it's quite weak. Would rather it reach at least 50% and reject. But I don't really have such a strong bearish bias to just like, go short there. The 5-minute, I'll see what's good. The 5-minute on ES and NQ, they did make a fair value gap. Bearish one there. See how it ends up being respected. So I'm just trying to see like what kind of buy side liquidity was taken. Not really anything. So it's not like a strong conviction type play for me. So yeah, I'm definitely waiting until after 10. Yeah, I don't really see any like. Only thing I kind of see here is during London, an SMT during London, perhaps. It's not really such a strong jagged high, is it? Not really. There's no imbalances here. Just we closed below this at 3. Came up during London. There's a jagged high, and there's like some SMT during London there. Wait, is it even? I don't know. This is an equal high. 69.5. 60. This is the equal high. So, not really an SMT either. So, meh. We'll mark that out as equal highs. I don't like that. I think it's okay if it's equal highs if the other one took out those highs, but this one didn't. So, no. I'm not doing anything here. This would be shorting at a discount in my humble opinion at the moment. So let's see what happens here. We are in this first presented fair value gap for NQ. Like I said, for more bearishness, I'd want to see it quickly reject this. It's hanging around here. It's not really looking like it is. So yeah, I'm still neutral on the day. For now, we'll see. See how this closes. This 15-minute, first 15-minute candle of the day is just this large wick now. Yeah. I don't know if this is an environment where I'll even find a trade. We'll see. At 10, we'll see during the macros. I'm not going to force anything. The beginning of the week, I'm not sure what the weekly profile is going to look like. Our weekly has been quite ugly in NQ. Candle shaming. Like that is pretty much the most indecisive candle you could end with. Like close right where we opened last week. And we took out both last week's high and low. Like so we didn't have any continuation closes below the lows or highs. So nothing so where I could be like, yeah, I'm bullish for next week or something like this week, for example. This week closed above the previous. I would think we'd go into this weekly area. Now I don't really have much. If we close above the SIBI, I would think more towards all-time highs. No, we're just having indecisions. So forced to come up with like intraday liquidity levels, which is difficult. Yeah, so we reached a lot above. We respected the near week opening gap there. We tapped into this lower one, which is interesting. I think that's probably tapped right into it or paused right before it. I don't want to like zoom in a lot to see. Yeah, we tapped into it by like a tick on NQ. Okay. Cool. We disrespected that first fair value gap of the day, 15 minutes looking like very much no follow through. So I'm very much neutral on the day. Yeah, so I'll just continue to mark out liquidity levels and such. Let's see here. Let's put it back to time, just time. Okay. Didn't give me what I wanted for more bearishness, so what can I do? Just continue to watch. Yeah, ES, we have these equal highs, which is interesting to me. So I'll see if, maybe I can find longs in ES later. I don't know. See on the new week opening gap, what's that look like? If it would have to be like a break on the 5 and structure shift, and then we'd have a change in state and delivery and a breaker block perhaps. If and only if it closed above this with a displacement. On ES, we'll see. Sorry. We're back in the New York smog. Right, so that's sort of my new idea, I suppose. Down 0.2% on ES, nothing really. We're completely flat on NQ, minus 0.04%. Yeah, just gonna wait for 10 a.m. news, essentially. I don't really like anything here. I wouldn't really consider this like a 1 minute structure shit. I mean, I don't really want to be part of that. Or news either. You could chop. And there's not really somewhere where I'd like to put my stop. Can dig back below again here if it wanted to. 2. The disrespect. A bunch of PD arrays, right? But yeah. On the 15, we're still inside that range. You can dig back deeper again. I don't know. Like I said, I only would want to look at ES perhaps. Yeah, digging back quite a bit here on NQ. I wouldn't really see this as much of a shift. I mean, it did close above. This is a short-term high. It's not really an intermediate-term high. It's just too risky for me to get involved there. I'd rather wait. Not particularly bullish or bearish here. Looking at the other stocks within the NASDAQ, it's nothing crazy. Everything's pretty much like between less than 1% gain, So, let's see YM for a second. Yeah, we could also mark out perhaps like the midpoint of that CE. The wick. The midpoint of the wick. See here. Kind of like just like my GAN box for that, honestly. A lot of times when I see action like this, it ends up, coming into deep retracements into OTE areas. There's a little 1 minute FEG here. We'll see if it ends up coming back down again into here. Really nothing for me right now. I'm pretty happy because morning has not been directional really. So let's see here. Quite a large, the first 5 minutes of the day basically established a 94-point range. We didn't go anywhere since then. So let's mark that out better on the fib. $460. It's the midpoint of the wick. Yeah, we're hanging around that, like I said, the first presented fair value gap. That doesn't really mean much anymore to me, where just means we're in high resistance conditions now because we're hanging around fair value gaps for a long time and disrespecting them. So came back into 930 open, which is interesting. Couldn't close above it. Deep retracements here. We'll see what happens if it gyrates towards the midpoint of the CE and this fair value gap. Does it get bought? What happens here? Is it going to get bought up there? Is it going to continue lower? I don't know. We'll see. CES. Nothing I'm so interested in, honestly. Like I said, for ES, I would kind of want to see 5-minute shifts. What would be the point of interest there is just like, NWOG sweeping below and also Asia lows. So then I just go for London highs, yeah. End up seeing if that ends up inverting. What do you guys think? What's the new bias from the people? Are you guys taking a trade yet? Or are you waiting until 10 a.m.? It's not really anything great for me right now. I think we can chop time distortion now before 10 a.m. Likely. Where it doesn't make a new high or low, it just like gyrates between fair value gaps. You can alert on ES if it does cross above here. So I kind of am a little bit more interested in ES today, I guess. I don't know. Interesting situation. I don't know. Well, I'll have to see after 10 a.m. news for me personally. This is a little bit above that swing high. Let's see what happens here. Wouldn't be surprised if it just like wicks it, comes back down again before news. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. Not excited. Try not to get excited. Not good to be excited. 10 a.m. high impact jolts job news. Oh, I should put this one closer too. It's not 10:15, it's 10 a.m. on NQ. So equal low. 66.7. Oh, no, it did dip into this little 1 minute FEG. A tick into it. Interesting. Yeah, it did dip into this. Okay, cool. So it did dip into that. It didn't dip into the CE of that wick. Did it come into OTE area? Not really, no. Okay. Didn't come into 6.62, no. So ES, I'm looking for a displacement here. So, if it doesn't give me a 5-minute, like a displacement, then I'm not really too interested, I guess. I'll see. See how this 5-minute closes. It would be nice if it closed strong. We still have news though. So far I just wicked it. Not the biggest fan of that. Oops. See there? Also, that's like the other new week opening gap, right? Ugh, that's so ugly. Right? What is that? What was I marking out there? Is that what that is? Yeah. It's annoying. Yeah. So I want displacement above this to consider longs. I'm not doing anything crazy here. You can miss me with that. I'm not playing the gyrations. There's no displacement here. This isn't even a fair value gap down here. It's ugly, ugly, ugly. On the 3 it is, but I'd rather on the 5. I don't want it. Not such a big fan of that. Yeah. No, I'm gonna chill. I think it's very likely it could chop, gyrate between. PD arrays here. We're back in this other NWOG. I don't know, unless they close above a displacement, then I'd be more interested. Perhaps going for those equal highs. As of right now, it's a no for me, dog. I think there'd be plenty of time between this having a displacement, me entering, and this, because it's quite a ways away, So I'd rather wait for the confirmation there. Yeah. Here, we're just pausing NQ again. We're not even at new hive day there. Yeah, there's 10 a.m. news. We dipped. Now we're surging. So let's see what happens. Let's see. I really don't have high expectations, actually. I think it's these candle closures are not really giving me what I want to see. So here NES is again not closing above that previous NWOG or any highs. See NQ. Tesla's down 1%. Amazon's flat. Google's up 0.77. Apple's completely flat. Nvidia's flat. Microsoft's flat. Come on, bruh. Show me the setup. I don't like it. I'll monitor this 3-minute, but ES, it didn't close. This isn't like a strong type of scenario. It could potentially bounce here, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. These wicks are ugly. Wicks be doing the damage for sure. Yeah, I don't like the lack of closure. If we had a closure even on the 3, it would be better. There's nothing there for me. I'm cool with missing this. If it goes higher, I don't even think it will. I don't know. We'll see. Should put a vote in the chat. Where do you think price will go next? I feel like it's going to be high resistance run higher. But, that being said, I don't know if I'll find a entry that I'll like. What is that? What's going on there? This is the previous NWOG. Let's seeing if it's going to... Oh, interesting. If I hover it over it. Huh. That's fun. So this is a huge NWOG, yeah. NQ. Same thing, huge NWOG. Right? This is the NWOG. Let's see if we can't close back above. Then there's nothing for me to do, really. Honestly, like there's no imbalances above us here on NQ. I don't like it. That's why I'm kind of more interested in ES. At least there's equal highs up here. I don't know, we'll see. I'm okay just waiting for the confirmation. Then hopefully there's a low resistance liquidity run after the confirmation, Right now, nothing. It's garbage. It's garbage. We'll see how this 5-minute closes. It's looking a little better than it was before. There's no displacements there's no fair value gaps on the 5 here on NQ. Let's see on ES, maybe we end up creating one. Here, the next one. I'm more interested in ES now, honestly. See this 5-minute. Can we close back above the NWOG? Or are we just going to be Wicktown, USA today? Wicktown, USA. It's like in a Fishtown, USA. Wicktown, USA. It's too funny. I'm so funny. Okay. Well, we closed above this, at least. Yeah, 5 hourly point of interest, sure. NWOG and this Asia lows. 5-minute did close above this. But now what? I'll just draw. Where's the start of the move higher? It's where's the actual start of the move higher? I would say this, right? I wouldn't say this. Yeah. I use this fib. It looks quite complicated, honestly. It does look quite complicated. It could come back again in here. I don't know. Looks like high resistance conditions to me. We're back above everything. We're back above 9:30 open, 8:30 open, above midnight open. I'm trying not to be super creative today, I don't want to be super creative. Just want to find like an FEG entry. That's gonna be tough. So I would have to stop where 3 PD arrays fail. Seems like we're in Wicktown. We'll see. Here, if anything, like I could always find a macro. Yeah, there's nothing here for me. I wouldn't just like long. I would not just like long this because I would need like such a large stop. I think the stop would like have to be here, honestly, because where 3 PD areas fit. Well, it could be here. 1, 2. I guess here would be okay. I'm not too sure. I'll probably put it there though. Like 1, the Fair Valley gap here, which is like, it's a wick here. 1, the order block 2, this breaker 3. So what would that look like if I were to long that? It would have to be like this. I think it's just like it's a 2R. It's just like a difficult. I think if I were to enter that, I would be in it for a long time. So I'd rather wait for something better because this kind of price action is very wonky here. I don't like the wicks. Really don't. I don't like that on the 5 there's no fair value gap really. So I was hoping for one here. We'll see. Actually, there could be one here now. What's here now? It's in the wet and wog land. Yeah, I'm more interested in that ES, honestly. Let me see the map. Heat map right now. What's up? 4,000 people here. Hit that like button. We're trying to find some sort of play, but it's a tough structure, I believe. Yeah, look at the map right here. It's kind of ugly here. I'll show you. It's like a very flat day. So I'm not really gonna. I'm thinking of even if I do take a trade, maybe like I'll do half a risk just because not my favorite structure. And NQ, I don't really know. You know, this London highs. We don't even have to get there just for NQ, honestly. Yes, we have those equal highs. It's just tough. See here on the hourly. We have 50 minutes left in the hourly. I don't know. Okay, we have a 5-minute fair value gap now here. Yeah. We have a little volume imbalance there. Let's take out the NWOG. I have time here. Just low here. Did it dip into here? 55.25. What's this low? No, it made equal lows here. So I wouldn't even be in this trade. It wouldn't get filled at all. So let's see here. Does it end up coming into the 5-minute FEG / these equal lows here? What's ES doing? It's like just flat. It's 0.05. Stop. Let's stop in the poll. Most people are bullish today, 50%. So far you had the manipulation at the open. You did have back above, close above here. We made some fair value gaps, some displacements here. So it does show some willingness to be bullish. I'll see. I'll end up seeing if I get an entry or not. I think he's near those London highs. Definitely Wicktown. See, it's 10:12. It's 15-minute. It's okay. Honestly, I'd kind of love for it to have some scary just like move lower here, and then I'd wait for maybe some inversion entry. Or I don't know. I'll end up seeing what ends up happening, but like this isn't a premium. If I were to long here, I wouldn't want to. Especially since it's not that clean. Let's see. I'll highlight this as a breaker though. Breaker. It's a premium. Breakers are gonna be in the premium though. Just not loving these candle closes much. These wicks. I think that's what I'm gonna wait for. You know, decisions. What would that look like if I were to do that long? Say I would just want a long a breaker, right? $2.86. If I've just longed here, straight up in here, that would still be a 2R. The decisions are whether I want to do that or not, though. I guess I could. There is like a fair value gap there now, you know? NQ hits this before that. Yeah, I think I would probably try that, honestly. Probably would try that. Like a 5-minute play. Probably like slightly lower, less leverage though. If that were 3 PD arrays fail, yeah, like it would be fair value gap, order block, and breaker. I think it's a decent try there. If it comes there. Oh my god, I have 2 phones. I've got 2 mental game reminders going on right now. It's not a bad idea. Just like a difficult idea, I guess. And also might be in drawdown because it might like retrace deeply because of this high resistance conditions. But I think it is still worth the risk. I'd take slightly less risk though. Like I can take 13 contracts, I'd probably take like 10 or so. Imagine if it like just leaves without me, it's just gonna be funny. I wouldn't care though. Let's see. Then I just have to reassess. Maybe 1050 macro would provide some low resistance. Maybe then it would break above and close above. And then, you know, that's another PDRH and fail. Figure out a different type of thing. Yeah, let me put on the NWOGs again. This is like 50% of the NWOG, right? Yeah, so I think it's a decent area to like try, and yeah, my stop would be below 50%. So yeah, that's gonna be my idea. It fills me. And then once it fills me, just hands off the mouse and I'd accept the risk, you know? But I do have my limit in. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. I'm really just waiting to get filled, but we'll see. I got you guys at the bull flag. It's a bull flag. It's gonna explode without me. Yeah, this is gonna be like a 5-minute type of idea. And considering it's on the 5-minute, if I get filled, right? Because I don't know if I'll even get filled, but if it is, if I do get filled, I'll probably expect it to take like an hour or so to get to target. I would honestly expect I might be in drawdown for like 5 to 10 minutes because I'm just putting it. It isn't a premium. It's not at the breaker. It's just in the fair value gap, but it's like the stop is okay where the target is, you know? So, the RR. So we'll see if I even get filled, right? It is like struggling again here. All I know is I'm definitely not going to just FOMO into, chase into the long. Here. It's just like gyrating. Gyrate, 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 gyrate. I'm trying to just get filled in at these lows. Will I get filled? Not yet, they said. Or maybe not at all. Have a sip from my imaginary cup. It's green. Very weird. I mean, not weird at all, actually, but just patience, honestly, just trying to be patient. I'm not really seeing anything else. NQ is about to hit London highs. If NQ hits those London highs, I'm going to take out my limit order and just like wait for the reaction in that area and then maybe just take inversion because I'm not going to. All right, NQ just hit the London highs, so I'm not going to take out my limits. I'm not going to just buy straight up in here then. Just going to have to reassess different trade. Oh well, didn't give me my fill, so I can't do anything about that. It's like the low that it was at on MES at least. It's 56.25. Yeah, it's like a whole point above, so I'm don't really mind that. See here, D6. Yeah, nah. Alright, time to reassess. That's next now, I'm not in any. Not in anything, or thinking about getting into anything. Didn't film me, so whatever. Yeah, then this is pretty ugly structure anyway, so for NQ. It's not like I feel like I missed out on anything. Pretty ugly there. The only possibility was like, I guess the little volume imbalance on the 5. I don't know. After it closed above there. But I like fair value gaps more than volume imbalances like that, so. Yeah, and I didn't even see that. What would have that looked like? Yeah, that would have been like a 1.5. Well, aren't you just stretching higher? Okay. Okay, ES going towards that target. I don't really mind that I didn't get a fill. It's just like name of the game sometimes. Congrats if you were long, if you did get a fill. I just didn't. I can still be happy that like bias was right. Direction. Okay. Tapping those equal highs here in London. Fine. Yeah, I just didn't want to buy an extreme premium. I felt like my fill was literally like the most I was willing to pay for it, so that's all good. Sometimes you just don't get. You're part of the negotiation. So I don't know what to do now. I'll have to continue watching here. I'll mark out 1050 macro. We hit the intraday buy side that I was like, okay, because we're in the range to figure out intraday. It's quite the move up there. Quite the extension past it. Yeah, I couldn't find an entry, and that's fine. Okay. The bull flag left without me. I'm quitting. Okay. Equal highs are hit now. That doesn't mean I'm like bearish now. There's just easy targets there. Now let's go back to the 15. See what's happening here. 15-minute will close in about 3 minutes. We hit that buy side already there, so I'm going to cancel that. Here's yesterday's first presented fair value gap. Is this 931 or 930 here? This is 930. Yeah. Okay. Well, now I'm just going to wait for more price action. What's the daily look like? Ugly. Ugly. Yeah, I'm definitely not in the mood to force a trade, especially after it just didn't give me my entry. So unless something really stands out to me, I wouldn't do anything. Short would have to look like really obvious. I wouldn't really take it otherwise. There's a bunch of fair value gaps here. It'd have to like violate a few things. No, all in all, NQ is up 0.24% and ES is flat on the day, you know? It's not really anything to be FOMOing about. You see on the ES, I think we're, well, not on the 2 minute. On the 3 minute, that's not finished yet. On the 1, we'll see if this ends up being like an inversion. I don't know what I would aim for though, honestly. For shorts, it's just, that's a difficult. Like I would just have to take like a 1-to-1, something like that. If I were to do anything like that, I don't know. Because I just think it's high resistance higher. See, I said it has to be super obvious. I don't know. This is obvious yet for me. This needs to invert and then create some sort of breaker in fair value gap. And then like what's really the, you know, the target? I don't know. You know, the liquidity pool down here, that's not far. Get your inversion. Sure, this is in a premium relatively for the day. In the 2 minute, what's this gonna close like? It's probably just gonna run the lows, but then it's like how much distance you really have to these little lows. Not a lot. I don't know if there's any RR it's worth it, you know? Let's see what that would look like. It's like a 1-to-1. Hmm. Hmm. I'd rather just tape read that, honestly. If that's gonna work out, it should be pretty quick. Definitely wouldn't want it to like, in the 2 minute, what's that look like? Yeah, I'd probably even just put the stop. Yeah. I don't know. That's where it's like just difficult. Like, where would you put your stop? Because clearly you don't want it to reach all the way back up into here. You can just tape read that. See if this little ends up going here. Little scalp tape read. Honestly, like I said, I don't know. This looks tough. What's on the 15 here? Yeah, what's CE of this 15 minute? It's just such a large wick. It didn't close within. Didn't close within the other candle, so it could come back into CE of that wick. Yeah, so you put your stop, like I would put my stop probably a little bit above it. And again, it's kind of just staying here, but just to not, yeah, if I were in this trade, I'd be in heat right now. So I'll just tape read it. It didn't give me such a good setup. Like a clearly defined stop. And that's not even a 1R, honestly, so just rather watch that. Where's the 1050 macro? Do it there. See. Yeah, and Q really coming up much further up higher. And I think my friend, Dodgy, he's like the inversion person that popularized inversions. He said to me, actually, never mind. He said that they work best on NQ because NQ is just really fast. And then this is me kind of tape reading on ES. So let me just like switch over to NQ. Yeah, there's not even, it didn't like break below an order block or structure shift even. It's not even validated really yet on NQ. So all in all, I'm fine. Happy I didn't do anything here in terms of trying a quick short scalp. That would not have fared well. Would have wanted it to work out already. So that's good. It's fine. So far, what happened? I didn't get my fill for the longs here. Just surge without me. Not going to do much here yet. Just going to tape read. It's going back on NQ, honestly. Yeah. It's not really a structure shift to the downside yet. See here. Like it came into here again, did it take out that high? No, it didn't take out these highs. Interesting. Yeah, we have another liquidity pool here. So maybe it wicks these highs. I don't know. There's no hourly, just on the 15 minutes. Highs in a 15-minute FEG above it. I'll mark it out in case it does. Crossing up. See here. Let's mark out this. Is there an equal high anywhere to the left here? Be nice if there was. Oh. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Is it? Let's see here. $25. No, wait. I did the wrong one. Okay. 603.25, right? The 603. Okay, there's another high there. Yeah. That's kind of interesting. I don't know. Can't frame. So it's building more buy side there, essentially, is what I'm seeing. So I'm not like looking to short unless it maybe purges this again and then has some obvious structure shift. And I don't even see any longs right now, to be honest. So it is what it is. Just gonna keep watching. See an ES. Is there similar? Is there any equal highs there? There is one. Yeah, I made another. It's building more liquidity. Okay. They're more equal highs, honestly. Okay. We'll see. I don't know. Nothing clear to be just longing in. So I'm gonna wait until 10:50 macro. Maybe I find something. Maybe. Let me see here. But yeah, for sure, everyone that like tried to short here, they're getting very nervous. I'm just thinking about it. Like in terms of narrative wise. Yeah, even my assistant said, preserve your money. It's a difficult idea, like you said. But he told me this actually over here before the surge up. That's kind of funny. Okay, so back on the 1 minute NQ. Yeah, we made more equal highs here. I would love some sort of long setup towards this, or maybe after it purges this, a short setup, but nothing is quite obvious, so. See. Rather wait for the easy layups, you know? Well. One thing I'm not gonna do is just FOMO into a trade after not getting my entry. Not gonna be me. I don't really see anything. Only thing I would see is just like, oh, this 2 minute inversion, and that's not really how I roll, I guess. Just an RR wise just wouldn't make sense for me, I guess. So I'm gonna see what structure looks like at 10:50. Kind of a weird. Yeah, it definitely is high resistance move higher so far. Be nice, honestly, if we get some sort of scary looking candle and then an inversion, I'll take that. If it just surges up higher, then there's nothing I could do. Let's see what's going on in the other stocks. Okay, Tesla's flat, Apple's flat, Nvidia's completely flat, like minus 0.01%. Microsoft's flat. Okay, Google's up 1%, and Amazon is flat. And NQ overall is up 0.38%, pretty flat. $15 look like, oh my gosh, crazy. That wick is crazy. And we've like dug way too deeply into that. Yeah, I'm still bull bias until these are hit. Mm-hmm. 10:50 macro. So now I do have some sort of bias. Better than the morning, I guess, when I didn't have a bias. CES here. Like watching paint dry a little bit. Huh, that is interesting. And that pulled back, it came into 50% of that little range of this leg. So we did have inversions. Cool. Really until here, though, did it complete it. On the 2 minute. The 2 minute, what did that look like? Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's possible that this could just fly without me. I'm okay with it. I'm just thinking about, like, where's the actual place where you could have a safe stop? It's a tough situation here. Probably wouldn't want it to come below this, honestly. Here, price is pretty much balanced. On the 32nd, we did have this small shift here. You can watch that. And like I said, though, I do think it's still like high resistance liquidity run higher. I'll see what's up at 1050. Not a scenario where I'm just going to go long in a retracement here. I think I'd rather see some inversion. Yeah. I want to be part of a quick move if it happens. So far, I'm really glad though that I filtered out this potential short. We looked at this high when it made a high. I actually learned something from my friend Ryan. He said that he always marks out the high and then goes to the left to see if there's any equal high, even on the 1 minute. And if there is, or there's one slightly above it, like one tick above, so then it's building more liquidity. Doesn't mean that the move's over. See here on the 15. Yep. Kind of crazy. We're not really moving much today, except for few minutes, and then it completely stops. Distribution and then accumulation again. There's not much distribution happening. The ES here. ES coming lower. Well, let's see if we end up having what I said earlier. I have a scary candle and then an inversion. I'll enter that, honestly. But if there's nothing, then whatever. See, 10:50 macro about to start soon. It's just not a area when I want to long and hold. Thank you for hanging out with me while we watch this paint dry. My god. Bum 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 bum. The 10:50 macro about to start soon. Bum 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 bum. Ba-dum. Yeah, it's pretty much that's gonna be my plan. If it doesn't give me my plan, then then I just don't take a trade today. It's fine. That's my plan. If it needs to be like scary and then inversion, then I take it up higher. And maybe that'll happen later in the afternoon. I don't know. But now it is a 50 to 11, 10 macro. I'm just gonna watch because this is so funny and ugly. Bum 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 bum. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna watch NQ. The 5, we really haven't gone anywhere. It's kind of funny. Look at the 5 minute. These tiny, tiny bodies. The 15, we had that crazy wick. Then it did retrace all the way above 50% of this wick. It's still I'm still bullish. Just don't know how structure is going to be. Yeah, if we tap into here, I don't get a trade, then whatever. You guys had a 30-second inversion. Like I said, I'm more interested in NQ. I'm not too sure about inversions on ES, honestly. So, still kind of just waiting. Maybe it'll give me my idea, and if it doesn't, if it just leaves without me, I don't care. I'm not gonna feel FOMO. Better than, trying to be someone that's shorting this. They're likely gonna get stopped out. Mm-hmm. 1050 macros started. What happened since then? Not really much. Not even any displacements on the 30-second. Just kind of back up in this area again. We could even potentially make another equal high there. I don't know. What was the one that I wanted? I want to get rid of the lower one. Yeah. And hey, if I don't get it, then I'll mark this out for later. Like watching paint dry for sure. Here was watching when I was in Florida. It was so funny. I was like, the chair was big enough for me to be like this basically in the chair. And that's how I sat for most of the time. It was so funny. And yeah, I'm wearing a matching sweatsuit, okay? Slay. We're back in New York weather. I missed the best weather though. I missed the best weather last week. It was like 70 and 80. Now it's 50 when I came back. And Florida was like raining on and off. It was still nice though, but damn it. Yeah, it doesn't really even matter where this is. As long as it takes out some liquidity if it does move lower. But we'll see. It is pretty high resistance conditions, I didn't take any trade yet. Kind of shocking. Which is good. I'm happy with my patience because honestly, a lot of times if I don't take a trade by like 10:20, and between like 10:20 and 10:50, I end up taking like 3 trades. Practicing for better action because honestly, if you even like just look at the 4-hour hourly, we're still ranging. It's a matter of thinking intraday liquidity, where I'm like, okay, either it's just going to surge up higher without me, which is fine because it might have trapped some shorts here. Or what I'm hoping for is like, continue to trap shorts, trap the longs, whatever, and then I enter. Trap more shorts, I mean, by taking out some people who are longing this. Okay. All I know is I'm happy I've not been in a trade waiting for like 20 minutes here, right? That would make me extremely uncomfortable. Like maybe there are people that longed here. I don't know. It's just not enough for me. Or at that point, I was really just wanting to assess more. And then I looked at this. Yeah, that takes time. It's about to be London close in 3 minutes. That'll be interesting. No, I'm monitoring what happened here as well. We did have that inversion just on the 30-second on ES. No. Just to watch what ends up happening there. It does also have the equal highs there. Let's see. We're starting to push up here. Maybe. We'll see. Because we haven't had like even a 1 minute FEG in a while here. Like 25 minutes. Okay, those equal highs are taken on NQ. Oh well, didn't find an entry. And I'm fine with not finding an entry in this garbage. Okay. See if it ends up going up higher. Wonder how this 1 minute's gonna close. No fair value gap here either. Ugly. Maybe like a tiny one. Tiny one, yeah. What's the high there? 3.5, the low. Yeah, it's like a 2-tick FPG on the one. And I think I would not just long that, just took out those equal highs there. Do. So we have London close in about a minute. I do wonder what ends up happening. ES did not reach that new high of day liquidity / equal high liquidity. That's midnight open from the other day too. That's kind of interesting. So that's a potential 6 sister approach. I'll just tape read it because like I said, I don't like it. I don't like how this wicked this too. Wicked the highs on NQ. See what ends up happening here. It's quite a strong candle now. Just took it a third time. A second time. We're not having any fall through, basically, on those highs and lows. The 5-minute idea I had for ES just never filled me here. It's okay. But it did end up working out to those highs there. I'll continue watching for a little bit, but it seems like I'm probably not going to find a trade. Let's ask the chat. Did you guys take a trade today? Someone said baby cat. Where? I don't have a cat. My parents have a cat though. Let's see. Let's ask the chat. Did you take a trade today? And then no trade. I'm not so worried about it. I mean, I'm happy I've figured out the intraday liquidity levels and it hit. I just didn't get my entry for when it was the easier type of move. And then, I mean, yeah, on the 4-hour and the hourly, we're still in a range. You know, the NWOGs are definitely helpful to have marked out. I will say that. See, that was London close there. I'm not really looking for reversals here either, honestly. High resistance run higher. It's not even taking any liquidity. Let's see ES here. Yeah, it's a little sloppier. I'm happy I didn't just... I marked that out. And that would have worked probably out for a little bit. But definitely inversions are better on NQ. Something I'm going to take note of. But like I said, it didn't even give me what I wanted. I didn't want to... So I can't do anything if it doesn't give me my trade idea. Maybe later in the day. Let's say Tuesday. Yeah, the week is young. This hourly, quite the nice, very, very strong close there on NQ. ES, not so much. See, NQ is up 0.5%. I'm not really worried. Today's like a pretty mixed day. Tesla's down 1.3% now. Weird. And Google is up 1.3%. Let's see here. What the chat say? Here it is. What? Yeah, this is the day heat map for the S&P. It's not really anything to write home about. I'm really worried. Feeling any kind of FOMO. Someone said it will take out yesterday's RTH high. Yeah, I think that's where I have the liquidity level. Oh no, I have it a little bit lower because it's a 15-minute high and a 15-minute FEG. Yeah, 9:30 open. That's a potential liquidity level. 9:30 open. That's true. Like, I still think it's high resistance run higher. It's why? Because there's no clean, sharp, obvious reversals break below short-term lows, even on this one, right? There's no break below short-term low, making a breaker or anything. So I kind of like didn't really regard this too much, especially when I saw that this was an equal high. Honestly, yeah. Like this is such a slow grind higher. Took how long? $32 minutes to do 75 points. What's the range on NQ today? Let's see here. $169. It's a pretty small range. Compared, it's lower than average, right? Was that the low? Yeah, it was. 169 points. The volatility has been lower and lower. You go to indicators, I put average true range here, and then you can see how we've been just having the average daily range of NQ over the past few weeks. You can see how it's just been going lower and lower. You see last 14 days, last 2 weeks. Average range is 287. Today we're 168. It's a lot smaller than that. See, last 5 days, 250 points. So, it still has some to go, I guess, but it doesn't have to. It is a high impact news day. It's tomorrow, by the way. What do we have? We have NFP. Kind of annoying, right? NFP. Yeah. NFP on Friday. Okay. Just not so easy. So I still think it's high resistance push higher. See 1107. Yeah, ES didn't hit that. Cool. Yeah. Sometimes you can frame the direction, you just don't get the trade in. Like, and that's okay. That like still is really helpful to just get that practice in on reading narrative, bias, direction. And right, so yeah, there's that same type of thing as like, sure, there's more buy side up there, but I still think it's high resistance, move higher. And I would want to see sell side taken or something. I don't know. It's tough because there's really no. Look on the 5-minute NQ. Pretty much how I like to look at high resistance liquidity days. I'd like to just see 5-minute fair value gaps that'll lend me their hand and show direction. It's really none of them. You just have a tiny volume imbalance here. And actually, I think it might have been that this surged higher first. I don't know what happened first, actually. See here. 26. Oh, no, never mind. It was down here first. Maybe. I actually do want to know what ended up happening here. Was that an actual entry that happened, or did that go first down lower, then this, then that? How did those candles form? Right? So then I need to know if like that would have been an entry or not. So that was I have to look after 10:15. Just that, I mean, actually here after 10:20, and I don't think so, right? 10:20, after 10:20, after 10:25, really? Yeah, no. Okay, that's fine. That only dipped here after it took that London high buy side anyway, so I'm okay with that. That wasn't really a thing I missed. See here, 11:10 is over. ES never hit that new high of day. Well, NQ did. You have them like really dripping lower here. It's not even a clean FEG, really. It's after 11:10 too. Let's see what ends up happening here. Didn't hit this low, made sort of an equal low. Still think it's a high resistance move higher. So the question is just like, how is it going to move higher? It's kind of like how it did here. Maybe it ends up doing something like this. It's probably going to consolidate during lunchtime-ish. Do this, take out that low, maybe an inversion. I don't know. But all I know is I could not find an entry today. And that's fine. Some days are just going to be whack like that. It's been pretty whack. What about you guys? Let's see. What did the chat say? Did you guys take a trade today? Okay, so it's 50-50 between no trade and yes, I'm green, 41%. So that's good. Good luck. Good job. Chat was right on the bias today. I'm being bullish. It makes me happy. And then if you didn't take a trade, that's good. Good job for staying disciplined if it didn't give you your entry. I don't really see much. You have some SMTs, ES. I don't really count that too much. See if that ends up being something. Maybe it does end up, giving that leader the same play. I don't know. Now it's kind of difficult because it took out those equal highs. We left more liquidity up there, but like it's kind of been gyrating like this. I don't know where it's gonna retrace to. Could retrace here, retrace here. Just do that. It's the S&T. Yeah. I don't really mind. I was super patient trying to get my fill on ES here. Never gave me my little fill here, and that's okay. It's like about 3 ticks away from it. I prefer after it like hits some buy side, that it takes out some sell side, Build more liquidity, take out some sell side, even small trend line one. This ends up being an inversion here. That's just annoying because like what's the RR on that? And now it's just gonna do that. I said if that happens, it's gonna be annoying, right? Like just it's not that feasible. Even to that one, it's not worth it. And then to just this new high of day, it's just totally not worth it, It looks like it's not. No, it didn't invert it. No. So it's possible to do this, take out this. I don't know. Still gonna kind of tape read this. I'm kind of interested to see what happens by 11:30. I look at the 4-hour bullish order block. Okay. And 4-hour. Just this one? Yeah. Well, we did talk about the new week opening gap, and we did talk about where the low would be. Just I couldn't find the entry, and that's fine. Yeah, this is the order block that candle that took some liquidity here, sell side, and then we closed above it. We tapped back into it. The 4-hour and the 4-hour, like we were talking about when we were looking at it, we couldn't close below, so it was likely to go up higher. Like that's all fine. I don't know how that's going to be helpful to me now. I mean, I already had the right bias, just that the delivery was sloppy. Pretty sloppy. Yeah, the only part of delivery is like, oh, if it taking that and close above here, and then yeah, sure, it could have taken this 5-minute long. Meh. Like I said, I didn't like it. The 5 at 10 a.m. That's what happened, and then it had a small push lower. It was pretty much higher in premium. No fair value gaps there. That's what I didn't like about it too. Yeah, I'm okay with not taking that. Yeah, so it's like I said, I wouldn't go short. It's still going higher, but again, no real entry for me there. So. Yeah, not really worried about that. It's gonna be cleaner days. Yeah, like I said, this where this ended up inverting. It's just like not a good RR for me to take it, to be worth it. You know, it's just in this kind of environment. And this to this. This. It's not even a 1R to here. So it's not worth it for me. Personally. Hmm. Maybe it does end up taking out equal lows before going higher, but if not, then whatever. It's okay. NQ slowly making new highs here. You can see ES is a lot slower. Make a new high there. Couldn't come back above this swing high here either. So they're a little bit decoupled right now. Hmm. Hmm. Overall, I think I did very well tape reading where you're saying like if it was going to go lower, it should have rejected here. It didn't. Came back up here. But then we did have deep retracement there. Here. This was just very sloppy delivery. I don't know. I don't really worry. I'm not worried about it. There's going to be cleaner delivery in the days coming. Just have to stay alive and not do stupid things in the meantime, you know? Oh, I finished my drink. So it did invert that. I already hit that new high day, so I'm not really looking at that inversion anymore. Yes, like we said, it's lagging, so I can make things a little difficult there. I could potentially make another low on ES. I don't know. Not anything for me to look to short, like I said. We have these equal highs. We retraced too much for me to consider bearish. The hourly, I'm just gonna mark out the body of this hourly candle. Okay. Mm. Yeah, basically where the trades are happening, it's not worth the RR for me. Like even this, if this ends up inverting and having a market structure shift here, just like so, there's only so much left until it gets to here. It's kind of wild it didn't pull back here. But fine. C'est la vie. Yeah. Well, that's all for me today. We're going to be back here at 9:15. Hopefully tomorrow morning is going to be just easier, like better delivery. Yeah. It's NFP week. It's the first week of the month. Basically, it's about to be the first week of the month. Halloween's on Thursday. Let me know what I should be for Halloween. Actually, I'm going to read the chat now. See if there are any good suggestions for Halloween. What am I using for the RR measurement? Just a shorter long tool. The delivery was good. Yeah, Chris Fisher, you always have something to say against me. I love that. ICT costume, a cat, candle costume, Playboy bunny, red candle, Catwoman, Meta's Muse, a retail trader for Halloween, a pumpkin, a doji candle, PW, that's funny, a ninja with candles, ninja trader. That's actually kind of creative. A ninja with candlesticks. Pumpkin, stop loss, a baguette. Patrick, that's funny. Yeah. I feel better settling that beef. It does affect my sleep and my trading, unfortunately. A clown, Ryan, Michael, Dodgy's sister. I like the ninja trader idea too. Deadpool, Raja Banks, Dollar mascot, Harley Quinn. I was Harley Quinn in like 2016, I think. Uma Thurman, Kill Bill. I didn't watch that movie. I have to watch, what is it? American Psycho. I bought the book. You Going Party. Talk about my appearance with PW at the car show. Yeah, so basically, like, Ryan was like, oh, I want to go try to troll him, right? And I mostly went there to, like, make sure they don't do anything stupid. And then, fortunately, don't know if I succeeded in that, but, and then also kind of like, yeah, just settled the beef in person because, I feel like that just gives me headaches if I have beef with people. And it affects my trading and my sleep. But basically it was kind of funny because Ryan was like, I'm gonna wear a disguise, I'm gonna wear a bucket hat and sunglasses and then try to like troll him and say like, you were my liquidity. And I'm like, all right. And he was like already talking to some people. So Dodgy just like, I'm already in the back. I'm not even there because it's gonna recognize me. I let Dodgy do his like little thing and T is like recording. And Patrick's just like talking to a couple people. And Dodger still walks past him and goes to look at a different car. And then Patrick just goes, Dodgy, I have a shirt for you or something. And even with his disguise of that little beach hat and the sunglasses, like, we were like, Ryan, like, you have a very recognizable, like, person, and your voice is super recognizable. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a funny guy, you know? He's definitely not the same. I already met him before. I've met Patrick before. You know, talked to him plenty of times. He's not the same troll in person, but that goes to say pretty much no one, even my trolls here in the chat, like, they would never say anything to me in person. You know? So, right when I left, Pat, you showed up. I didn't see you. My girl's feet was hurting. Oh, it's too bad. I did meet some traders there. It was nice. Some ICT traders. He is different in real life, yeah. Did I learn something from Dodgy about trading? Just like a couple of things over there where, like I just mentioned earlier, if we make a high in the day, it's kind of helpful to just mark it out, go all the way to the left and see if there's an equal high. Do I know Justin Werlin? Yeah, he's cool. Word of the day, mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell. Let that sink in. That's funny. I know that. Now Patrick trolled you and Dodge at that car show. Don't lie. Yeah, he did troll a little bit. I'm not lying. What did I want to say? But nothing like crazy. What did I want to say? Yeah, it just doesn't make sense for me to have any enemies as a girl on the internet. You should trade with Justin. I think that would make an awesome stream. Yeah, me and Justin Werlin are actually, we were talking about it because like I had to stream Dodgy. And he's like, I feel FOMO because like I was in Florida. It was fun in Florida. We did rent out a Lambo. It was kind of funny. Just to like have fun with it, really. And yeah, me and him are gonna have a stream. We'll figure out the logistics of that. Am I pregnant? That's a really stupid question. No. There is such thing as stupid questions, I will say that. I met Ash Trades, yeah. I'm a skinny legend. If you see a picture of me, you think I'm pregnant. Okay, you're just trolling. Who the fuck asked that? A lot of people ask that for some reason. What's my height and weight? You want my social security too? You want my eyeglasses prescription? This is why I can't really read the chat too much. Dodgy recorded a vlog. I let him use my DJI camera. I didn't vlog too much. Is this your sign to call it a day? Yeah, it is. What's my BMI? My credit card number. It's so stupid men don't get questions like this. So lame. Sorry, Tate. Yeah. What can I say? What's my blood type? You know what's the most common blood type? Least common blood type is actually AB positive or AB negative. I thought the least common one was O negative, but that was a trivia question and we got it wrong. And the other person on my team got it right. What's my mom's weight in milk cartons? That's a good one. Yeah. What kind of car do I like? I like the Porsche. I feel like I rented the Porsche. I think it was like last minute, same day, so they didn't have the 911s around. So I just did like this. I think the 718 box car. That was fun. I like that one. Yeah, least common was AP Blunt. Tell us Victoria's Secret. Yeah, I like the Porsche. Lambo is cool too, but like, I just don't see it. It's not going to be an everyday car if you have one. So you have to have like another main car, right? And I don't even have a car. I live in New York, so what am I going to do? Time to buy the 7K chair. Not yet, but soon. I think it's going to be like 8.5K. That's what I want. I want the Herman Miller Eames chair. What the F is this price action? Yeah. It's just kind of gyrating. That's the whole point. It's like you stay flat while this is happening until it's super obvious. What makes a chair worth 8K? It's like a piece of art. But also I did sit in it and it was like the best. I went into Design Within Reach. It was the best chair I ever sat in. I was like, wow. I need this chair, essentially. And so it's a piece of art. It's a piece of like furniture history. And like you could resell it and get the same money back. It'll last like 50 years. I'm gonna get it. I don't care. I have some friends that have like the knockoffs for like $1,200, but like I want the real thing. Tanya Catwoman costume. That's not going to happen. I think I might do Ninja Trader. I think that's funny. Yeah, a lot of people would not spend 8K on a chair. I mean, I am planning to. But I have some certain goals to reach first, which I will not disclose until it's ready. Because apparently, if you tell people your goals, that could be an issue because you get a dopamine hit telling people. So you want to prime yourself to not do that. Like when you actually have, let's say you're hungry and you're thinking about a sandwich, you do get a small dopamine hit that goes like this, and then it does go lower so that it motivates you to actually get the sandwich or make the sandwich. And then you get another hit when you make the sandwich, when you get it, right? But that's how that works motivation-wise. But yeah, if you get a big enough dopamine hit from telling people this like big goal, like I'm going to run a marathon. And then people are like, oh, that's amazing, right? You're going to have a harder time running that marathon because you just got validated and you didn't even do it yet. You just felt good about it. So that's a whole nother thing. Anyway, thank you for the good questions and the bad questions and the dumb questions, but see you back here tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. I'm done. I'm glad I didn't take any trade, but whatever. There'll be something better. So, ciao.